y'all, today we got a little bit of a doozy for y'all, only because the reason why I'm saying it's a doozy is because I think I may have an unpopular hot take opinion, which we will get to in just a little bit. However, y'all know at the end of the day, okay, I really don't give a shit anymore, and I'm like so happy. I gotta keep it real with you guys, okay? For years up on my channel, okay, and I know that I've said this recently, especially like in a live, I have been so scared. Like, I tiptoe on my opinions. I'm just kind of like, let me not say this, let me filter it back, or let me kind of like, like tiptoe around it, like, oh, let me kind of say my opinion. I said that starting in 2025, I'm standing true to my opinion, and if that gets me canceled, I don't give a shit. And honestly, I have to say my channel has like started to grow again, and I really do have to say, me personally, like within my own mental space, I have to say I feel so much better, because for so many years I was like, oh shit, like it's very difficult to obviously be an opinionated person on the internet, because people come at you crazy. Like, oh my gosh, like it is so crazy. Like, say for example, if you make a video talking about a hot topic and a person disagrees with you, like damn, they be going in, and I'm like, I didn't even go that hard on the video. Like, I was just over here with my little 2 cents. This is obviously my channel at the end of the day, and like, to see how people get so aggressive, it's like, oh damn. So low-key, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, I did get a little bit like apprehensive to, speak my full opinion on things, to where I'll kind of like, beat around the bush. And I'm like, no, like I'm gonna stop doing that. My opinion's my opinion. At the end of the day, this is my damn channel, and like, if people don't like it, they can unsubscribe, and it's literally not that serious, because I'm like, everybody has an opinion, you know what I'm saying? I do gotta say though, I really, and I'm sure you guys can see it if you guys have been on my channel for a while, over the past like 7 months, within this whole year, I literally have felt so much better. Like, I don't know, I literally just feel better, because I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like, I literally do not care if people are out there hating on me, talking shit about me, not liking my opinions, talking shit about me on Reddit, like whatever the case may be. I'm totally fine with that, because I really do feel like at the end of the day, I'm standing true to my opinion. And if it offends people, oh the fuck well, it is what it is. You can't make everybody happy. At the end of the day, we're always going to have a difference of opinion, okay? So I do gotta say, I do got a little bit of a hot take, okay, within today's video, because damn. Let me say this from the jump of the video, okay? I recently talked about Brooke Schofield, and I have said before, like, look, I'm sure you guys can tell, okay, from my personality, from my energy, from the way I talk, the way I joke, I'm sure you guys already know that Brooke Schofield is not really like my cup of tea, so I have absolutely no reason to defend her whatsoever. However, when it comes down to specific situations, if I have an opinion, that doesn't mean that I'm like up somebody's ass, you know what I'm saying? I do got to keep it real before jumping into this. I kind of feel bad for Brooke for the hate that she gets online, which, yo, on TikTok, she gets... I haven't seen like one positive video about her. I gotta keep it real with you guys. Like, I don't know if it's just my timeline, but I'm just like, oh damn, like people really don't like her, okay? Let me give you guys a little bit of context before jumping into this, before getting into this whole situation, to where she did leave a comment back to somebody and talking about their looks, which is really triggering a lot of people right now. The context, and you know what's so crazy? I was thinking about this actually while I was doing my makeup before filming this video. I was like, did I make a video talking about this? Because I know that I kept notes of it. I know that I kept like TikToks of it. But then I was like, damn, I should go back on my channel. But then I was scrolling back on my channel, and since I do daily uploads, I'm like, did I not make a video about this? I can't remember if I made a video about it or not. So please, if you guys remember, please let me know. Maybe I talked about it on a live. I don't know, but I was trying to find my video of it so that way I could watch it back, because this is the like catalyst of the situation right here. She recently had announced that she is going to be marrying her current partner, which his name is Miles McFly, and he's the son of a very, well, I guess he just goes by Miles McFly, but his last name I think is like Canton or something like that. He's the son of a very famous director who is known for directing Back to the Future, okay? And I guess that's why he goes by Miles McFly, a little play on words from Marty McFly from Back to the Future, okay? I really do feel like I did make a video about this. Like, damn, I love how I was scrolling and I was like, damn, these daily uploads, like, oh my gosh, if you want to scroll back on your channel, that's a lot. Anyways, he allegedly, okay, was dating somebody who was very, very young. Okay, people put these like posts together that I guess apparently when he would have been 30 years old, he was dating somebody who is 17. But then apparently there was a post that said that they were together for 5 months, okay? Which everyone was saying, wait, like this girl 5 months ago was only 16. Like, oh my gosh, like how is he dating somebody, so young? there's a couple like conflicting things here, okay? Because multiple people have come out and said like no, they were never dating. She kind of like has not addressed the situation. I had thought, and the reason why I wanted to find my video again, because I don't know if I'm just batshit crazy. I literally in my head I was like, I could have sworn that I read a comment or statement that she left under somebody's post stating that they never dated, okay? I could totally be wrong on that. I could be making this whole shit up because I couldn't find it again. I literally was even scrolling through all of my photos and all of my Google photos, like all of my notes as well too. I was trying to find this because I was like, why in my brain did I feel like I seen a comment or statement from her Instagram, or she left a comment on a drama channel, like something that she said that they didn't date. So I was like really thrown off by this, but take that with a grain of salt because like I said, I couldn't find the actual receipt to put up in here, and I'm like, damn, maybe my memory's tripping right now. But anyways, a lot of people didn't like this guy because they were saying that he was the P word. Y'all know that I can't say it up on YouTube, which triggers me because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm tired of the censorship. Let me say these fucking words, okay? Like obviously I gotta say these words if we're talking about this and a person's getting accused of that, I gotta say it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people make up these whole like key phrases now, like he's a PDF file, and I'm like, oh my god, I really do feel like that waters down the situation. So anyways, she started getting called out obviously for dating him, and this is right after, tweets came up from her past, and it was really a rough time for her because these tweets had came up. She had to like talk about it on the podcast. She had to make a big apology about it because she made a lot of very offensive jokes and tweets years ago or whatever, and then obviously people brought them up. She made an apology for it, and I want to say maybe a month or 2 months later, she comes out dating this guy, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, they made a Reddit forum about this guy. They were talking about him before because he was dating somebody who was very young, okay? Once again, this is all alleged, okay? Because Brooke has said before that they have not dated. I guess this guy Miles has said they haven't dated. I really do wish that I could find what's in my brain right now because I'm like, damn, I could have sworn that I saw a statement before from this girl stating that they were not in a relationship. However, they did have a photo together, and I'm like, now that I'm thinking about this photo, like I swear I made a video about this. They made a video, or not, oh my gosh, they made a post together or whatever, and it looked like they were kind of close. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I was like, whoa, I understand they said that they didn't date or whatever, but I was like, them laying close together like that, like still, especially when there is like a 14-year age gap, that's kind of crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's not a 14-year age gap to where, oh, you're 50 years old and, he's 64. Do you know what I mean? It's like at that time of your life, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I really do view, like, when you're in your teens, even at 19, like, damn, I still feel like, oh my God, like, I still feel like you're like a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously everybody was questioning this guy, and being that Brooke just had all of these tweets come out from her past and she looked horrible, and then bam, she's dating this guy who has a messed up past. Everyone's like, oh my gosh. So she started getting all this heat for it. She made a video about it stating that they never dated, and that, like, I guess apparently his friend was dating her, and I guess that he was friends with Sophia Richie, I want to say it was. One of Lionel Richie's kids, I can't remember. And I guess like that's how he knew this person, and they were super close. And I guess apparently she was trying to paint it out as in they had like a brother sister type of relationship because he was like older and she confided in him kind of like a brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's the whole backstory of the situation right here. And I guess now that Brooke had, I don't know where she was. I want to say it was in Mexico. I could totally be wrong on that. I guess he proposed to her and she announced her engagement to him. That this got a lot of people talking on the internet. Okay, so I do want to go ahead and play this clip right here to where this girl made a very popular TikTok talking about Brooke, and I guess this really pissed off Brooke. Check it out.
Brooke Schofield getting married after only knowing this predator of a man for 4 months makes perfect sense. Like, it actually makes perfect sense when you're thinking about the fact that she has BPD, and the way that she talked about her ex in the past. She's like, no, I was so brainwashed, like, I'll never do that again. Never be unmedicated, you guys. People do heal. It's just the perfect example of you can never get rid of the disease that is PPD, because people are telling her, like, no, babe, you need to, like, get the freak out of there. He's love bombing you. He's a terrible person. He's a pet. He's all of these things, and she's just ignoring it and being like, no, guys, it's totally fine. It just totally reminds me of all of the relationships I've ever been in where I defended that man with my entire life, and he literally, like, could have, like, killed my whole family or something, and I still would have defended him. Like, it's just so crazy how our brains work, how the chemicals in our brains work. But yeah, Brooke, girl, get a grip. You're already racist. Like, just don't do this.
There y'all saw from right there, this girl saying that Brooke has BPD, which is bipolar disorder, which I didn't know that, to be quite honest with you guys, because I've never really, like I've said before, she's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't, like, dislike her. She's just, I don't know. Like, every time I hear her talk, I'm like, don't really care. Do you know what? I know that sounds rude, but I'm just like, I don't, like, I like Tana, okay? Like, I have always said for years now, I really like Tana. I think she is so damn funny. She is so real. I really like her, okay? Brooke, I don't know. To me, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Not interested. Anyway, so I guess Brooke saw that video that you guys saw from right there, which I do have to say, okay, if Brooke really does have BPD, isn't it kind of messed up to be like talking like that? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, say for example, if I came out and I said that I have, you know, something, I don't know, obesity, I don't, it's not the time for me to make a joke. I am so sorry, y'all, but literally it's an ongoing joke because, never mind. That's a story for the podcast, okay? We crack jokes like that in our family because we have a couple family members who have BPD and OCD. And then so I always just say I have OBCD. You get it? Okay. Anyways, I kind of think it's a little, I don't know. Like, I would take it a little bit personally. Like, if I saw somebody talking about my disorder, like on the internet like that, do you know what I mean? Like, being so sarcastic and snarky and shady about it, which, hey, by the way, like, this girl's fully entitled to her opinion, of course, on everything. And I'm sure she has some very valid points. However, getting into my point here, this is where Brooke is getting freaking, oh my gosh, she's getting roasted on the internet because she commented back to this girl and said, "You actually can't talk about me with bangs like that now that I think about it." I have to keep it real, okay? Maybe this is because I'm gay. Maybe this is because I come from a huge family who roast each other all day, okay? Like, if you guys were to literally hear the shit that we say about each other as a family, even within my friend group, like, y'all, we roast each other. We crack jokes. We have a very dark sense of humor, a very lighthearted sense of humor. Like, we don't give a shit about words. I didn't think that was that deep. That's my hot take. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Okay, I know everyone this day and age is so fucking sensitive that I'm like, her saying that about her bangs. Obviously, this is an alt girl right here. Obviously, this is somebody who is, alternative. Like, she knows what she's doing with bangs like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she knows that she has non-conventional bangs. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, okay, is this really like all that bad? Like, I was sitting here like, oh my God, like, if you guys used to hear, like, me growing up, the shit that kids would say in school, like I've always said this before, and I'm like, if you guys grew up, because apparently this was just like a Los Angeles County thing, we used to have roast battles in school, like dead ass, even in middle school, okay? I'm talking about when we were like 11 years old, 12 years old, we would literally have roast battles, and we would go in on each other. So I'm just kind of like, seeing comments like this, I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm not trying to defend Brooke, okay? Because I literally could give a shit less about Brooke, but I'm just like, was that really that bad? Like, oh my God, they're making her out like, oh, she's a horrible person talking about somebody's looks and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys have to understand, obviously, like, she just announced her engagement and maybe this guy really is bad. And hey, maybe Brooke is really bad, like all these things. But obviously, if somebody sees a viral TikTok about themselves, like, and they feel some type of way about it, obviously they're going to retaliate. They're going to talk shit back. They're going to throw shade back. And that's what Brooke was doing. I do have to say this, though, okay? If I were Brooke, I wouldn't have said jack shit back, obviously, because Brooke has millions of followers. She's on a, podcast who has like millions of viewers per month and millions of listeners per month. Like, I just would have brushed it off. Obviously, people are going to have this opinion about you, being that these allegations did come out about your fiance. So just let it go. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, she believes what she believes, and she believes that he didn't date this girl. So just let it go. If you believe that, let it go. Yes, sure, it will suck to have people say this about your partner, but if that's what you truly believe, that's what you truly believe, and just let it go. Let people have their opinions and say whatever the hell they want. But I do have to say this, the way I've seen countless TikToks talking so much shit, like, oh, Brooke's a bully, she's a mean girl, she's this, she's that. I'm like, over saying you can't talk to me if you have bangs like that. Like, I'm like, oh, fuck. This is why I say, y'all, I keep my friend group small, because let me tell you something. I am a roast master. I talk a lot of shit. All of my friends know that, and I love when they talk shit back to me. Y'all know, literally, when I'm on my lives, I'll be like, oh, I love a good roast session. Like, y'all could roast me, and y'all will literally roast me in the comments, and I live for it. Like, I really do. I think it's so entertaining. But I'm just like, to see somebody get so freaking offended over a comment like that, I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, at the end of the day, Brooke should have just shut up, honestly. But I'm just like, it really wasn't that bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't that bad. And that's why I'm like, okay, saying all these things, I'm just kind of like, well, damn, y'all should, I should release some of my DMs, okay, to see what some of these like homophobic people say about me. Oh my gosh, y'all. I have heard it all. And I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I literally could give a shit less, but that's just me. Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play one last TikTok right here to, like, I guess Brooke, like, address this whole situation. Check it out.
Yesterday, I made a negative comment about somebody's appearance on their video, okay? And I want to talk about it. Every single day, I see tens of thousands of horrible, nasty, disgusting comments about myself. And everybody around me will tell me, you know, don't stoop to their level. You are above that. You are too classy for that. And no, I'm not. I've always found it interesting because someone will post the most horrible, rancid video about me ever. And then when I comment on it, immediately the responses are like, girl, you are so embarrassing, fighting for your life in the comments. Like, yeah, I am. I'll give you the spark notes of the video that I commented on, okay? Basically, she said that I have been in horrible relationship after horrible relationship because I have borderline personality disorder, and therefore I am incapable of having a healthy and happy relationship. And it's so embarrassing that I got engaged yesterday, and she can't wait to see it crash and burn. Let me be clear. I have shared details online that I did not owe anybody, okay, about my horrible, abusive, terrible relationships that I've experienced in the past, not to have them thrown back in my face. And just the same, I talk about borderline personality disorder to help other people, not to have it weaponized against me. I'm 28 years old. I got engaged to my fiance, who's 37 years old. I do not care if you think it's too soon for us to get married. Believe it or not, someone with a personality disorder is actually capable of making human, normal decisions. I commented and I said, I don't think you should be able to make videos about me when your bangs look like that. She had micro bangs, which are a slay. However, hers were at an angle. Okay, forgive me. They were at an angle. I don't care what you say. I would venture to say that commenting on somebody's bangs versus trying to ruin literally the most special, exciting time of their lives, incomparable. There is not a single time that I open this app and I don't see a comment or a video about my physical appearance. Uncanny valley, my filler looks awful, my eyelids look awful, I lost too much weight, whatever it may be. Thousands of the comments on my engagement yesterday were about how they cannot believe I am marrying a bald man. Oh no. When I say something back to those very people, I am a mean girl, I am disgusting, I have the nastiest energy of all time. You know what? Your bangs are crooked.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I am so sorry, but watching that back, I thought she was like saying bipolar disorder. So my bad on that. I didn't know that it was borderline personality disorder. My bad, I totally butchered that. Nonetheless, though, you guys heard her reasoning right there for making that comment. And I focused specifically on this one statement that she had made within there, was that she does open up about a lot of things. And she did open up about a past situation. And then to have that held against her obviously is going to make her feel some type of way. I got to keep it real. I would feel the same way. So that's why I feel like her commenting back to this girl, like, I was just kind of like, okay, like, you made this video about her and you brought up, you know, these past situations that are probably traumatic to her, and you're not expecting anything back in return, especially when your video has hundreds of thousands of views. That's where I'm just kind of like, you're getting triggered over her, like, commenting on your bangs. Like, you know what I mean? You could have been snarky just right back, and you could have made a reply to it right back. You know what I mean? But I feel like everybody was like, oh my God, Brooke is such a horrible person for talking about her bangs. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? I want to say this though, okay? And y'all know that I've like always like teeter-tottered back and forth about like, oh my gosh, one day I'm gonna open up about my, you know, relationship with my ex. And a lot of times I'm being keep it real, like keep it real with you guys. I literally am kind of like scared because I'm like, that shit was so toxic. But I really do feel like in my heart, I think that it'll help people out. You know what I'm saying? Because holy shit, I went through so much and I ignored the red flags, and I was a dumbass. You know what I mean? I put up with some shit that I have never and will never put up with in life, and I put up with it within that relationship. So sometimes I feel like weak and I feel embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? However, one day I will open up about it whenever the hell I get back into my podcast. But I got to keep it real with you guys. If I opened up about that, and like to have people hold that against me, especially people who don't even know me on a personal level, like low key, I would be bothered by that. I really would. So that's why I'm just saying my hot take over here is I don't think like her commenting back to that girl was that bad of a thing, because maybe Brooke really is like triggered by all this. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to defend her in the slightest bit. Literally just check out my video from a week ago. I was like, I don't really care for her. Like, she's just not my cup of tea, and she's really not. But I do feel like at the end of the day, I do low key think it is a little bit messed up if somebody opens up about something so personal and something so intimate, and, you know, something so like traumatic that she went through, and then the girl, you know, obviously brought it up to kind of like throw it back in her face, and then obviously wants to like play the victim as soon as Brooke, you know, says something back about her bangs. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like that's a given. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's so crazy though. I feel like we live in this world now to where people can like throw a stone at you, and then as soon as you throw a stone back, like, you're the bad person. And I'm like, that's not the way it works. Like, if you hit me, I'm hitting you back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. That's just my view on it. I don't know. And hey, maybe I'm wrong about it, but that's my little 2 cents. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.